What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first video that we're going to put up aside other than our channel trailer. Hopefully, during the shows we do speak, I can speak a little clearer and won't stutter. Now, this is that's Joe. He didn't say anything yet. So, Flip Monkey Media. So, people know Flip Monkey Media is something that we started. We actually thought about it years ago. Actually, no. Joe thought about it years ago. The concept was we wanted to do a site aggregated, just full of links, kind of like Fark, but without all the clutter. We wanted stuff actually we want to see, funny or whatever kind of clips. This is back in how long ago was this?
This is an idea that probably if we had done it back then, we would be really, really rich because we thought of it kind of at or the same time, or maybe even before everyone else.
Yes.
But we have no execution. Not at all. Not even a little bit.
We're very slothy that way.
So this is the most effort you're going to see from us. Green screen, me and Taylor, and maybe a long-winded podcast. But hey, maybe if we get some subscribers, we'll put a little bit more effort in, like a tiny bit more effort, like maybe sound effects, maybe
we do have sound effects available.
Maybe a cityscape behind us.
Maybe. I'll be editing this video, so I can put whatever we want. So I'll get these shadows. But for the most part, yeah, that's just Flip Monkey. That's what we are. We'll be putting up 3 videos, but you'll get videos. Look for videos on this channel describing each show that we're going to do. But right now, it's just more of just what's up. People would think Flip Monkey Media. What the hell is that?
Flip Monkey is all-encompassing, right?
Yes.
It's a term for several videos and several shows that we're doing.
Yes.
My God, those hands look giant in the recording.
Yeah.
So, Flip Monkey basically is a place where you can go where there are unique videos that we do that have to do with various subjects. If you are tired, like all of us, of getting bombarded with the same crap over and over again.
From boring people,
political videos, opinion videos, maybe advice, things like that. We're going to tell you things based upon our expertise and what we know about different subjects, and we're going to give you the information in a way that is very easy to understand, that makes sense, and it's from people like us that are like you, just regular people that are doing everyday things and showing you how to do stuff. So yes. Taylor is an expert in a lot of things.
Thank you.
I'm an expert in a lot of things financially. Now, you'll have to watch the show to find out what things Taylor's an expert in, because he actually isn't going to reveal that on the show. It'll be like a top secret thing where you find out exactly what he's good at over time, and then you'll decide whether or not
he's actually good at it. I'm actually good at anything.
Exactly. So we'll leave it up to you guys. But the Joe Tells You show, I'm going to talk about things that I know about, which is finances, money, credit, mortgages, taxes, obtaining a wealth, obtaining investments, things like that. Things that people my age, your age, don't really care about, don't think you need to know about, don't ever think you want to know about, but eventually you're going to need to know about it. And the guys that you're going to hear the information from, well, they're really boring and uninteresting. And on the We Tell You show,
it would be us answering questions. Questions coming from you, the audience, or questions that have been given to us by our friends. Anything. Joe's going to do mostly political and financial advice and information about what's going on. These could be questions about anything, really. Any topic. We do have some tech background, but for the most part, we'll try to stick to financial and political questions. Now, seeing that Joe has a financial background more so than I do, the questions I will be the moderator of the questions, as well as probably the person kind of feeding off the questions of the question. My apologies. If there's anything clarified, or if they're using jargon that I'm not familiar with, then there's a good chance a lot of people aren't familiar with. So I'll go ahead and elaborate with Joe what those are, and then I'll ask questions based on those. Just mostly that.
For example, say you have a tax question or an idea of what to do for your taxes. We were just talking about this before the show started.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, based upon my experience and based upon what others have experienced, what mostly you should do or they should do in that situation, obviously you're going to want to refer to a real professional, not one in a garage with a green screen, but we're going to give you the best advice based on our ability.
This is the garage studio.
It's a garage studio, and it will be referenced as a garage studio.
Don't discredit it, please.
But a lot of great things have happened in garages. A lot of unspeakable things have also happened in garages. But we're not here for that. And what's going to happen is you're going to give us these questions, and I'm going to answer the questions, and Taylor is going to tell me things like, what's an email, and where did it come from, and what type of information you would say get in said email.
Yes.
And Taylor's also not saying he's an expert, but maybe you might want to ask him a technical question about something. Maybe you want to ask him a question about a topic related to what we do and how to get it. Like if I say, maybe you should download some tax software, maybe Taylor will actually tell you where to get that software when I leave and I don't come back.
Yes, it's very true. Also, questions about, if you have questions about the green screen, our setup here. A lot of people don't, I've had some green screen experience. Joe wasn't familiar with the green screens, and so I can tell you about the lights we built and shit. And
I'm not familiar with lighting.
Me and my brother-in-law built 2 of these big 4-bulb lights that are
I meant real lighting, like actual lights.
Or real lighting.
Or how they work.
Or shadows and everything.
Shadows? I didn't know it was a scary show.
Yes, it's a very scary show. We'll eventually do a Halloween episode. Very scary show. But it's mostly it here. It's more, we see videos all the time of people giving advice and giving their views, and it's not so much that they're bad advice or bad views. They're just come off in a boring, they come off very boring, essentially. That's all it is. You listen to them, you're like, this is so, I don't want to hear about it. Like, the topic is interesting, but the journey to get to the answer, what they want to tell you, is daunting. You don't want to go through that. And especially those people, we saw the videos of those guys who have all those cars and all those houses, and they're so rich, and I'm just a regular guy.
I'm going to tell you exactly how they do it and why you can also do it too. And you can also lie to a bunch of people on YouTube and pretend you're rich. I'll tell you exactly all the tricks.
Making enemies from day one. Here we are. Flip Media is all
I'm
about
talking
that.
to you, rich guy with the car, whoever you are out there.
Yes. Now, the green screen will come into effect during certain shows. Maybe it's not so much the We Tell You show, but I think the Let Me Rant you want to do by itself with no background, really.
Most important part, there's a problem with every single podcast or YouTube channel that we see. Like, for example, if you want to see a type of show where they do question and answers, well, that's all it's going to be is a question and answer show. Well, maybe you want to see a show with information that strictly talks about information, and you don't care what other people are asking, or maybe they've already gone over it and you don't want to hear it again.
But you want to hear somebody that you can relate to's opinion.
Maybe you want to hear an actual take on it from an expert person who knows about it. We can talk to me. I can bring in experts. We can have interviews and go over those situations. Because what happens a lot of times is you're going to say, that's great advice, but why should I trust this guy who is actor / dancer / podcaster? Well, we're going to tell you why not to trust them, and we're going to talk to actual real people that have expertise in those subjects, and we're going to have them on the show.
I thought you were talking about you, actually. I thought you were making a joke.
No, me, actor / no, because here's the problem.
You're a model.
I am all those things. I am absolutely all those things, and I will not lie. I will not lie to my podcast people or my YouTube people.
No.
I don't know what these things are. Taylor is bringing me into this world, and I don't know what any of this is.
He's cold and scared. It's okay.
I've used a YouTube before.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Now, Joe keeps mentioning podcast. Now, yes, we eventually have we want to eventually make it a podcast as well. Maybe take all 3 shows, put them into one podcast, and put them up on like a Saturday after all 3 have been shown. So you'll get to see the shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when they come out. As of right now, Monday is going to be the Joe Tells You, Wednesday will be the Let Me Rant, and Friday will be the We Tell You show, our question and answer show. And then in time, Saturday will be the podcast where you'll download one audio file, all 3 shows all into one. So if you want to listen on the go, or if you can't, watch it, what have you, or you just want to see our faces, it's up to you. It's no problem. I totally agree with you. I'm okay with that. It'll be available to you all forms of download, probably for download.
Well, that's why we brought into like Ugly Host to host the show, because that way you guys can relate, right? We are not models. We are just like you in every way. I won't shave.
I believe you just called the audience ugly.
They could be. I don't know.
I don't know. we do know our audience very well. Audience we haven't had yet.
The audience we've never met, nor have any videos about.
No. One thing you also notice that when I give Joe direction on things, he doesn't take it. Mm-mm. So when I said we're going to do 3 different videos that's saying about the company and it'd be each show, Joe said, okay, let's do one long video for each and everything. So that's why we're doing one long video. Now, speaking of videos, each video, I'll tell him now, each video is going to roughly
also take a drink?
No, you haven't spoken enough.
All right.
Now, each video, the We Tell You Show, Joe Tells You, and the Let Me Rant Show will each be roughly 12-15 minutes long. Nothing too long. We don't want to bore you. Just, get in, get the point across, maybe some funny graphics, and get out. That's it. The We Tell You Show featuring Joe and I may go a little longer, just, more of a Q&A, so it may take, half an hour, 45 minutes, what have you. But for the most part, right now, our goal is 12-15 minutes per episode, and then a longer We Tell You Show on Fridays.
Exactly. So think about, can we name any shows?
No.
Okay, we're not going to name any shows.
We don't watch any of their shows.
But imagine that if there was a show where they had like a graphic where Taylor was sitting and they posted information while I also give you information. Shows like that.
Say like the news.
Say like the news.
You watch that show, The News?
Have you ever seen The News? Have you ever heard of The News?
Yes.
So say like that. So it'll be informational. And then we're going to have participation. Maybe we'll have you guys call in, send emails, talk, do live internet chat, stuff like that. But our job is to be as open and welcoming and guide you through as much as possible. We might, if I talk about finances or anything related to serious questions regarding strategies for opening businesses, anything else people might ask, we might actually be the first people you've ever talked to about it. We might be the first point of contact or heard from about it. And that's the problem, is a lot of people are intimidated walking into these places for the first time and asking, how do I start a business? How do I file my taxes? How do I do all these things? And everyone always says, well, my parents didn't tell me, or somebody said go to a guy or whatever. Well, the problem is this is a generation where we're getting everything online.
Yeah.
But we're not getting everything really direct and good online. So this whole point is to give you a resource to go to, check out, and ask questions to, and not feel like it's stupid, or maybe you don't know something and you don't want to feel like you are saying something to a professional where you're afraid or you might look dumb. No, looking dumb is what we want you to do on this show.
Apparently ugly too. Apparently we think
and ugly. So you can send emails from anonymous, no picture attached, and we'll still answer the question. So if you're intimidated by a real profile, we welcome your questions. Or if you just want to be a troll and send us a fake question, we'll answer those too.
Right. We accept everything. Also, the Let Me Rant Show is going to be Joe's take on his anger about a said subject. Although, if you feel a need, you want to have Joe rant on something, if say, let me rant, if you want to say, can you do a rant on, X, Y, and Z, we'll do that for you too. We'll, we're open to doing that. We have our schedule, we have our things we want to talk about, we have them all listed out, although we are open to having your topics. I mean, we want to make this as user-friendly as possible, audience and hosts, such as us, open dialogue, everything.
I promise you guys, I'm really good at it.
Yes. Yeah. Our channel trailer we recorded for 30 seconds was at one time 5 minutes long, and Joe didn't know when to stop. I had to stop when we had to start when we can. But for the most part, that's it, though. We just wanted to do this, something that you feel comfortable asking questions or watching, and something more, entertainable. Is that even a word? No, entertainable. It's not a word. More entertaining. On
this show, it is. That's how welcoming we are.
We welcome.
It is all
made up words. We welcome. Yeah. So actually, for the most part, also on I think we discussed on the Joe Tells You show, Joe will be on camera, but I'll be off camera, and I'll chime in here and there. But I'll be running the board and stuff and make sure the audio is okay. Now for the Let Me Rant show, that's all you. You rant as you will.
I love me some me.
Yes, and that is good for me because I don't do shit. I just kick back and do nothing. And the We Tell You show, I actually have to work. I have to go out here and talk to everybody. Look at my mug on the screen.
And
have to edit the video too.
In the future, we can also expand it too to the Let Me Rant at You show, where I just tell you what you're doing wrong. Expansion not previously discussed.
No, it's not. This is a development in the show already. We've already expanded to a new format. The You Rant at I.
Yes.
Joe tells Taylor.
It's gonna be great.
No, because you're going to start airing all my dirty business online. You'll give away my financial details, social security number.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to give away any financial details. I'll just really describe in detail the person that we're talking about, and it'll be up to you guys to decide.
Yes. And he'll do this, right? He's like, yeah.
I will. I promise you. It'll be really cool. You guys will have never had this in your lives. I will be like, if you spend the wrong amount of money or you waste your money, I will be the guy yelling at you for the first time ever. It's great. Just call in. Rip India.
Yeah. If you want, say possible topics. Like say if you want to buy a new car, engagement ring, a house, and you say, I have this amount of money and I want to have this amount, I need this amount of loan, or I want to get this kind of car, or I want a car with this, and this feature. What should I do? I have options here. This, my buddy says this, or my, whatever said this, and the dealer said this, I could get this, but it sounds too good to be true. What aren't they telling me? It's the what aren't they telling you is what we're all about. What aren't they telling you that you need to know to get by and do certain things in life that'll make your, better in general, whether it be credit, financially in general, or even just your outlook on how things work, such as getting a car or a home, because there are a lot of people out there who are like, they want to,
and they have no idea where to start, and they're going to start from a place where they may or may not even know how to ask, what to ask, and next thing you know, you've all heard the stories. They've been ripped off, taken advantage of, they got a deal they shouldn't have gotten. We're going to be that line, the entry line. So before you go out there, we're going to give you the tips to be armed and ready to go out there and use this knowledge that you've obtained here to get a better deal on everything.
No,
even the worst things too. Like,
yes.
let's just say there's a toaster that you don't like, and it's $49 or whatever. I'm big. Why would you pay $49 for a toaster? Just ridiculous. I mean, anything so trivial or mundane, I'm telling you, I will be upset about it if you're trying to buy it.
And you will find a better deal.
Somewhere,
somehow. Also, we have a website. We have the Flip Monkey Media website, flipmonkeymedia.com, which is up right now. You can go and visit it, and not much there right now, but I'll be posting things. Now, when it comes to topics such as our shows, and you have say you have lists. Say Joe has a rant, or Joe tells you about buying a car or a set home. I'll use those examples that are easier. And they says, when you go in, ask these questions. Now, I'll go ahead and post those questions on the website so you can print them out and bring them with you. So you have, so you can actually go by yourself and say, answer questions, what have you, when you go and talk to somebody. So you have, you're asking the right things and you're getting the answers you need to know, other than asking questions off the top of your head and thinking, oh, what should I ask? What should I ask? Because people will try to be your friends, and they'll cut you off, and they won't let you ask questions. They'll ask questions for you that they want to answer to make you sound look good. And this
is gonna delve into something like, and then he asked if I just left a deposit, and then he called me in this back room. I feel the story is just going down a rabbit hole where it shouldn't go.
And then they need him in the garage.
And then, long story short, I have no money. He has my car, and I have no clothes anymore.
My question is, how do you lighting your show?
Exactly. But furthermore, I have an actual question.
Beside the point. That's mostly what we...
Is that long enough, this intro? Is that good?
Why did Joe do that? Why did Joe ask questions like we're going to stop the video right now when we haven't really done a proper exit? Yes. I believe what Joe has said is we'll
kick each other. Like, we'll do the kicking on the table.
And most so much you won't see it. You'll see us move left and right. And no, I won't kick you or knee you.
You're funny, you knee me. I'm like, what the hell's your problem, Taylor?
Son of a bitch.
Why are you touching me?
No, but I guess as Joe both looked at me and said something and need me, he wants to end this video.
This is video. Oh, I see. That's why we can't say those things.
Yes, we can't say those.
Got it.
Yes. All right, but again,
Like the time we got Chinese food in the middle of a podcast, and then we pretended nothing happened.
Clever Editing did have that out. Okay, yes, on an old podcast we used to have. SocialFrosty.com. If you go there, it's not what it used to be. It used to be an awesome website and everything else, and it went away. BOOHOO. That sucks. But we did a BOOHO. Boohoo.
Oh, yes.
So, the other boho.
The other boho.
We used to do a podcast there as well, and it was just a podcast about whatever. But I used to live in Long Beach, and there was a Chinese place we got food from that was so good that during the episode, Joe ordered again another helping of that same Chinese food, and we had to do some clever editing to erase that whole section.
Flash Chinese foods in our hands.
Different clothes. Everything.
Different clothes, everything.
Yeah. All right, but in that case, please subscribe. We'll eventually be putting up shows again Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll try to put it up at maybe 3 a.m. PST Pacific time. That way, 6 a.m. If you're on East Coast, you get it at 6. I'll be doing that. Don't worry, you have to get that early, Joe. That's not how things work.
I can't emphasize the subscribe enough because it's going to be updated with things so often and questions that you guys have that are pertain to you. You're going to want to keep in touch and know everything going on.
Or Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Or, what is that how the YouTube works? It's on Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays now?
Yes, that's when they're open.
Okay.
The YouTube's are closed.
Got it.
Oh, there goes my voice. No, but so far our schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Joe will learn YouTube etiquette later on, and when he does his rants and his shows. But yes, please subscribe. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Joe tells you, let me rant, and we tell you.
I
also,
tell you.
Please,
I'm going to tell you.
Joe will tell you. Joe will tell you. And please also look.
Tell you, the camera.
Joe will also tell you. No, you got me thrown up. Please also look for the links on our.
I do that, damn.
You did say that to me. Please look on our website, flipmonkeymedia.com. It's going to be where you can have links to ask questions and just our emails in general to us. That'll be up soon if Joe creates them for me because I asked him to do so. As mentioned, our slothness is our slowness. Hopefully it'll be done by the time this video goes up.
Remember that. That's going to be the catchphrase of the week.
What?
Our slothness is our slowness. It sounds so philosophical, but it's really just bad grammar. Sounds good, though, doesn't it? It sounds really awesome.
That's where you... See, Joe said you wanted to be expertise in something. Expertise. Making horrible grammar sound smart. All right, that's it. We're done. Video over. Subscribe. Thank you. See you later. See you at the Joe Tells You show on a Monday. It will premiere.
You're out. You're done. Stop filming us, camera.
We're done.